It's Monday, you guys, and we have a lot to talk about, from Diddy updates, the billionaires he's hanging out with. He's finally broken his silence. And we have Vanderpump Rules news regarding Schwartz, Joe. James Kennedy has to issue an apology. So grab your favorite beverage, smash that like and subscribe, and let's get started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold. But don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I'll get you some.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture Jolene Lunzer here to talk about trending news topics within pop culture. We take a comedic look, we roast, we recap, we try to find the funny. Sometimes we're successful, sometimes we're not. Just to warn you, I am very opinionated, but you're welcome to have your opinion in the live chat while we are live, or the comment section after this video posts. So you don't have to agree with me. We can just enjoy the entertainment and agree to disagree.
That's my opinion!
If you haven't already, smash that like. Let's set a like goal for 700. You guys were amazing yesterday. I did 2 lives. You were smashing that like and that subscribe, and we're on our way to 40K subscribers. So thank you very much. If you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you can always send a super chat while we're live. I will highlight your comment. You can send a super thanks after the video posts, or you can join my YouTube membership, my Patreon, or hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. All the information is below. Thank you to those of you who hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App yesterday, and also who sent super chats. You are amazing. Miss Diamond says tour dates. I think I do have a date for Arizona, okay? And it's going to be in August. So clear your whole calendar for August. No, I'm going to have a headlining show in August at a comedy club in Arizona, and I'm booking the date for San Diego and other dates as well, Minneapolis. So if you're looking to see my stand-up, stay tuned. It is coming your way. Okay. Hello, Pammy. Hello, everyone joining in the live chat. Hello, Addie Parr says, I love you, Jolene. I was laughing so hard listening to your Britney impression. You are so welcome. And we have some fun. Yes, I'll definitely be back in Los Angeles very, very soon, out here in the desert. I would love to hit up Sacramento again. Again, feel free to DM me or email me, jolenereacts@gmail.com. If you have a comedy club in your area you want me to hit up and make an appearance at, let me know. Let me know your favorite comedy club. Let me know where you are. And I do still have a spreadsheet that I need you guys to fill out. You don't have to dox yourselves, but just city and state. You don't even have to put your name, so that I know where a majority of my audience is, so that I can come meet you guys, because you guys are awesome. Okay. We have so much stuff to get into. All right. I'm going to start with the Bravo stuff, the Vanderpump, and then we'll end with the Diddy stuff like we did yesterday. So let's just jump right into it. Apparently, James Kennedy has had to issue an apology to Joe Wenberg, hairstylist extraordinaire on this season of Vanderpump Rules, former bestie of Kristen Doute, who was an accomplice. Remember, everything I say is true except for the parts that are false. Everything's alleged for entertainment purposes only. But she was an accomplice to the scandal of it all. All right. So James Kennedy had to be like, I'm sorry. And we don't think James is probably that great at apologies. According to realityt.com and other blogs, James Kennedy apologizes for disrespectful Joe Wenberg merch and says he will split the profits. I didn't even know he had Joe Wenberg merch. Okay. But many Vanderpump Rules cast members quickly whipped out merch, throughout season 10, and taking an opportunity to cash in on the Scandival frenzy. We know Lala with the Send It to Daryl allegedly bought her a home in Palm Springs next to Sheena. Okay. Katie and Ariana, they sold merch for the sandwich shop that might never open, something about her. And now James Kennedy also sold Poo Poo Head and Worm with a Mustache swag as well. So far, season 11 has proven to be much less gripping than last season. Oh, yes. Say it, realityt.com. You are so correct. But during last week's episode, James had a standout moment. And I think we all remember that moment when he made a crack about Tom Schwartz's quirky friend / fling, Joe Wenberg, hairstylist Joe Wenberg. After the episode aired, James released a t-shirt with the joke he made on it. Remember when they were sitting in something about her and he was like, "Hey, we know Schwartz likes sloppy Joes." Sloppy Joe. However, he was met with a light dragging over it, so he recently apologized because he made a t-shirt about his joke, the Sloppy Joe joke. Oh my God, we can't make any jokes anymore. No, I'm not one of those people. But seriously, sometimes I'm like, for real? Okay, but it is sloppy. She was sloppy with how she acted in the friend group. She really was. Joe Wenberg, I'm sorry, but you were a little sloppy, miss. You know, I mean, the way you were rolling around, going to Ariana's house for Thanksgiving while sneaking away to be involved in Scandival while you were, you know, dating Schwartz, the way you were friends with Katie and Kristen and them, mostly Kristen, and then you just ghosted them so you go try to bang Schwartz, the way you hit up Katie Maloney to cut Schwartz's hair after they were divorced. It's sloppy. It's sloppy, ma'am. So he was met with, he was dragged. Now here is, allegedly, this is the t-shirt. It's not very cute. I wouldn't wear this t-shirt. I just don't think it's cute. I think it could be better. It's not that great. I like there's something about her that's pretty funny in quotes, but the burger itself and the sloppiness, I wouldn't wear it. I would ask for different artwork. Not that the art isn't great. The artist, I'm sure, is fantastic, but just this, I wouldn't wear it. No offense, all offense, okay? This is our show where we don't mean to offend, but we're probably offending. And that's okay. So James, after making these shirts, has to then go, "I'm sorry, so sorry." But after this Sloppy Joe t-shirt was born from last episode, the merchandise showcases a sandwich with the words Sloppy Joe and the phrase, "There's something about her" underneath it. After backlash, James apologized and said he'll split the dough with Joe. Okay. People said that this t-shirt, let me know what you guys think in the chat. I'd love to know, says is cruel and mean. This is cruel and mean. It's not even spelt like how she spells her name, but it's cruel and it's mean. James took to Instagram with girlfriend Allie Luber to address the issue. Allie started the conversation by apologizing for James' actions. Allie began, "Sorry about my sloppy James. I did not approve of this message or the t-shirt." James then apologized and vowed to give Joe a cut of any sales. "I already boosted the post somehow, so I can't delete it," James said. "But I'm sorry, and I love Joe. Nothing against her. I just thought it was a funny joke. I'll split the dough with Joe." The shirt is no longer listed on James's merch site, which it had been. So he either had it taken down or it's already sold out. Since last episode, also Joe struggling with some of the group, quote unquote, bullying her. It's probably safe to assume she wasn't here for the Sloppy James, Sloppy Joe money grab. Oh my gosh. I didn't read this story before going live because I thought, you know what? I'm going to read this with you guys. This is too much, right? We're doing too much. You can't be on the show, okay? Because it's everything now is bully. And there are we talked about this ad nauseum yesterday. There are actual kids and people who are bullied. And when we do stuff like this, it's silly reality show jokes. And there's nothing to do. There's no slut shaming. There's no nothing. It's Sloppy Joe. Your moves are sloppy. Now, he could have called you Snaky Joe. He didn't even call you Snaky Joe. But you know what? I don't really care. It's not my t-shirt. I wouldn't wear the t-shirt, but it could have been so much worse. Yes, James is gross. 100%. But they're all making money off of these, merch. And I think Joe's kind of gross too. I think they're all in a big gross sandwich together. So I don't know. Carol Ann, thank you so much for becoming a member of my channel. Carol Ann 453, thank you so much. And DC, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Let's see what some of you are saying. Amy says, Sloppy Joe. Rachel, hello, says, Jelly and I finally caught a live again at 6 a.m. in Australia. Oh, you're in Australia. Exciting. I love Australia. Just woke up, everybody in the house screaming, Jolene is live. I'm so sorry to the people in your house, but that is awesome. And I feel very special. I love how you guys are putting all your locations in the chat. Please put it in the comment section after, and also email them to me. And then I will get some dates going. So Lucinda says, Joe, call Rachel. She's got someone you can talk to. For real, though. Maybe she's got to go to that spa. Okay. Witness says, cheated on after 9 years and people upset about Joe being sloppy. Shaking my head. Shaking my head too. Graphics is saying, love my, WFH days that I can catch Jolene live. Yay. What's WFH again? Why am I what fucking happy? What for hell? How come I don't ever know the acronyms? Literally. Ugh. I'm such a work from home. Yay, graphics. I'm so glad you're working from home. I don't know why. I'm just like out of that. Well, I do work from home. So I don't know what's going on with me. Every time someone puts up a acronym, I'm like, what is that? But I love my work from home people. I love working from home. Don't even put me near actual humans. That's so 2008. I'm not here for it. So listen, okay, fine. James, you can't sell your Sloppy Joe merchandise. I think it was good. I guess that he apologized. I don't know. I just don't care. I feel like there's this narrative that's being pushed that Joe is somehow a victim in this, and I'm not buying it. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. No offense, all offense, but I think, you, again, just like the Toms, you are entering into the group now having to face the consequences of your actions, of how you behaved, of how you moved within this group. It was shady, it was snaky, and it was sloppy. Oh, Otter, that's what I would like to be. Retired from home. I think that is the way to be. But the shirts were ugly anyways, and they didn't even spell Joe correctly. So sorry, James. You can't make that money, honey. Okay, speaking of Joe. Did you guys, the after shows are becoming so much more interesting than Vanderpump Rules itself. All right. The after shows are where things are going down. Meet me at the club. It's going down. Meet me in the after show. It's going down. Kristen Doty told us a little secret on the after show. Kristen Doty says she feels bad for Joe. Okay. And she explained why. And I'm going to play it for you guys and let me know what you think. Because Schwartz, if anyone's treating Schwartz poorly or bullying Schwartz or bullying Joe, it's Schwartz. It is Schwartz, you guys. It's Schwartz. Because he's making her feel like she is, important, kind of his lady, kind of leading her on, calling her Joseph, just using her, throwing her out there, going, take her, feed her to the wolves, get the heat off me and Tom. Look, Joe's here wearing a Tom hat. All right. And she's quirky. Do something to her. So here's what Kristen had to say on an after show recently with Sheena about the Joe situation. And remember, Kristen and Joe used to be besties for the resties. According to Kristen, they would hang out and see each other about 4 times a week. That's very close. There's no one but my husband, my dogs, and my cat who I see 4 times a week.
The only thing I feel slightly bad for Joe about is Tom Schwartz making her feel as if she's sort of his girlfriend and then everyone else, including my friend Lena, who owns the hair salon.
Hello, it is Lena from Hair Boss, and we are going live. So give me a moment here, and I'm going to add Miss Joe to the call.
Okay, so like Lena said, when we made the decision to collaborate, with Schwartz's vision of a change, we had multiple options on the table. We could have done something really funky and done like a little pink. We could have done something a little bit blue.
And Tom Schwartz making her feel as if she's sort of his girlfriend and then everyone else, including my friend Lena, who owns the hair salon, that is not the case.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. So Schwartz, maybe it should be Sloppy Schwartz. I know it doesn't have the same thing as Sloppy Joe because Sloppy Joe is an actual sandwich, but Sloppy Schwartz. So we're going to see this season coming up that Joe is going to introduce us to Lena, who owns a salon that allegedly Joe works for, where they dyed or bleached Tom Schwartz's hair blonde. And apparently they've both banged him. What? And so Kristen's like, I feel bad for Joe because she, thought Tom liked her. But again, ladies, if you want the best indicator of how a guy will treat you, I won't say 100%, but majority of the time, look at the exes. And if you know the exes or you know the story of the exes, then just expect that that's going to happen to you too. And with Katie, he was roaming around. He said he was just a makeout slut, but I think he was a dick slut. When his wiener worked, I think he was working it in other women as well. I mean, he even kissed Sheena once upon a time and didn't tell Katie. This guy is a slut. If we are going to slut shame, we need to start slut shaming the men too. And this guy's got slutty tendencies. So on the right there is Lena. In the middle is Schwartz. And there's Joe. And they've all banged him. And they work together. Oh my God, ew, gross. Yeah, don't share your panty. Don't share your itty bitty panty. Don't do that. So, I mean, why are we even talking about the women on the show being mean to Joe? Why are we even talking about the audience having a little fun, parodying? Why are we even talking about this stuff when we have Schwartz straight up doing what he does, disrespecting women, just like his friend Tom Sandoval? Again, it's a smokescreen. We get these smokescreen issues. I don't know if it's a narrative planted by production and then it just like catches fire because people have soft hearts and they go, oh, maybe she is getting bullied. Okay. But again, it's another way to throw the women out there. And then the Toms get to continue to wreak havoc. There's these smokescreen issues like bullying. Oh my God, that's all this bullying. Don't look over here at the men who are really bullying women and treating them poorly and doing the thing that, people were trying to call Tom out for and hoping he would have to answer to this season, being Tom Sandoval. Just like Don Gunvalson's parody account says, the cheating sucks, but it happens. Yeah, we know that. More concerning is Tom Sandoval's pattern of isolating women, convincing them he's all they have, and telling them how to feel. His rage when they break from his script. But again, smokescreen, Joe. Oh my God. Tom Schwartz is literally disrespecting this woman in her face, dragging her on the show. I mean, I assume he's dragging her because, I don't know. I mean, I guess she has to sign up for this herself, but oh my God. Oh my God. My friend just texted me. Shout out to Allie Pat. Today is my 12-year sober birthday. So I've been sober for 12 years today, you guys. I don't forget. It's April Fool's and tomorrow's Chel's birthday. So I don't always remember because I have other things on my mind. But yeah, speaking of that. So maybe Schwartz, I don't know, you might want to join my team and maybe you won't, you'll remember some of these hookups allegedly. But right, Robert, Schwartz is a putz. A putz. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. My friend Allie Pat just jumped in my text messages and sent that to me. And that was so sweet. Oh, congrats, DC. DC says, I celebrated 10 years in September 2023. Feel free to put your sober birthdays in the chat if you have them. Or if you're drunk, feel free to tell us you're drunk. It's okay. It doesn't affect my sobriety at all. All right. I am in control of my own destiny over here. Thank you guys. I know it feels so long. I was talking about it with my husband last night. And he's like, that's like a sixth grader. Like sixth grade, you're 12-year-old, of not drinking. That's crazy to me, but it sneaks up on you. I think, some days are easier than others, but it does sneak up on you. Jen says, does no one else think it's gross that Schwartz stood up for Joe more than he ever did Katie? Well, of course, because it is gross, Jen. You're 100% right. And I think it has more to do with hurting Katie and the other girls than it does with him trying to stick up for a woman. And it has more to do with him painting the villain narrative on the women. So it's not painted on him and Tom. Okay. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Toby. Oh my gosh. Jen says 4 years on my birthday, February 12th. Wonderful, wonderful. Aquarius and sober. I mean, that is, no offense, all offense. That's the way to be. Okay. That is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you guys. You guys are making me feel so nice. So nice. Okay. So finding out this information, I'm just like, and I feel like this season is just going to be ruined because we're just going to have people going, everybody's bullying Joe. But what about Toms? What about what the Toms did? Stay Stay on the issue. Focus on what's really important. Speaking of which, we have another person, Billie Lee, focusing on something that's equally not important. And apparently people are fat shaming Billie Lee. Okay, so let's take a listen to what she has to say about being fat shamed. And I feel like, yeah, fat shaming sucks, but that's probably the least of Billie Lee's problems with what's going on the show and her behavior.
Oh, okay, really quickly, just because I'm getting so many comments on TikTok and Instagram, like, oh my God, what happened to Billie? Like, is she bloated? Is she like, the bitch gained 30 pounds, okay? She went through some stuff. She's been working her ass off. I have so many projects happening while I'm trying to build my comedy career. And I'm a binge eater. And I like to eat my feelings. And I'm also not fucking dating anyone. So when I get done with work, I look forward to a nice, like, Impossible Burger or like some yummy food because I don't have someone at the end of the night. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, I am working on my trainer all the time. I'm starting to hike. I'm starting to just eat more raw food, and I will get my body back when I'm fucking ready.
Okay, great. All right. I don't think you're fat. I think you look great. I'm more concerned, like Amy's saying, I want to shame you for the way you're enabling Tom and being a Tom stan. I think you're better than that, but and what does that have to do with having someone at home? I have someone at home and I still can binge eat. And who the hell is going crazy on an Impossible Burger? That is what's truffle fries, Doritos, Cheetos, hot Cheetos, Takis, ice cream, more ice cream, and then even more ice cream. I mean, okay, Billie. I mean, can you answer for what's going on, what's important? You know, plus you're a comedian now. We're not trying to be models. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Welcome to the world of, you know, that's what happens. Unfortunately, it sucks. But yeah, I thank you. Why is she on the show? I don't know because Tom needs someone to another enabler. He needs as many enablers as he can handle. All right. Oh, Billie, anything for the plug. You know, I'm building my comedy career. I can't wait till I'm on a show with Billie Lee. I wonder. It would be fun. It would be fun to just be on a show with her. And then if I talk to her, I'd be like, can I ask you a question like about the TV show you're on? Even though I know you're going to be like, it's just a TV show. Do you really like that man? Being like comedians, we tend to like, we tend to, you know, think we're pretty great. And we're definitely not, but we like to think of ourselves as critical thinkers. So is this just a paycheck? Tell me it's just a paycheck, girl. It's gotta be just a paycheck, right? It's just a paycheck. Because you don't really like that dude, right? I mean, I know back in the day you said you quit Vanderpump because of these allegations that you said were not true, that you and Tom had hooked up. But we talked about this yesterday, you guys. I am full on going to go down a rabbit hole, if I remember. I think Joe has hooked up with Sandoval. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but I was thinking about this last night. And I'm thinking, I bet you they did it. Allegedly. The way Joe Wenberg reacts to when Sandoval enters the room, it's crazy. And then I forget who said it in the chat. Please shout yourself out. They said, oh yeah, remember when Tom was telling Sheena there was another person in the friend group that he hooked up with that people didn't know about. Now, people already suspected Billie. So one that people don't know, that'd be Joe. That would make sense. Like, it would make so much sense because when he walks in the room, she's like, hi, Tom, what's going on, Tom? This time, Tom. It's so funny. I'm so excited. I'm wearing a hat. Tom, hi, Tom. Like, he's not even talking to her. And she's like, Tom. Oh, no, my ring light went out. Even my ring light's like, okay, there we go. Tom. I like you, Tom. You're my friend. She's my friend. Oh my God. Smell my armpit. I think they've done it. I think they've hooked up. I think Joe and Tom Sandy Butt have done it. They've done it. They've, you know, or maybe fingerlings. I don't know. But if you're ever around him, let's say you have hooked up Joe, check his phone to make sure he doesn't have any unlawful videos that he's recorded without your consent that you may or may not have sent to him allegedly. But I will get to the bottom of this. Someone will tell me the truth. Someone will come forward and in my DMs, similar to how Lala now just accepts anyone popping in her DMs telling her quote unquote facts about her cast members, and then she talks about it on her podcast. So someone will do that, okay? They bumped it. They bumped it. They bumped it. Bye, Jamie B. Have a great day. We appreciate you. So yeah. Okay, Billy, nobody cares. Billy should want to be healthy for herself, not for a man. Yeah. I didn't even understand what she meant by that. I can gain weight single, with someone and single, anytime. It's my superpower. It's amazing. I can gain weight when people are like, hey, this medication technically can cause you to lose weight. Like my ADHD medication Vyvanse. They're like, oh yeah, we also give this to like people who obsessive compulsively eat or something, or overeaters, which I probably am too. And so you'll probably, lose weight. Now, gained weight. It is literally my superpower. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes. They do share a lot of the times. I know. Unfortunately, I think she might be a lost cause, Miss T. I want to support all the women. I still do. I still have hope that one day I'll be able to support all the women of Vanderpump. I know it is. It's a ridiculous thing. And I probably should just give it up. I should probably give that up, but I'm not ready to. Okay. Did you guys hear? Now this is probably, okay, a April Fool's joke. However, it came out yesterday and Deadline was reporting it. And maybe it's April Fool's joke because it seems cuckoo. But according to Deadline, Bette Midler says she wants to join the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to talk some shit. And Andy Cohen says it's time. Please. Yes, please. And she has a freaking fantastic tagline. So Deadline says, Bette Midler is in the mood to talk some shit and wants to join the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The star took to social media to express her desire to become one of the stars of the Bravo reality series, I should say. She says, is it too late for me to become a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills? I've never watched it. Oh, Bette, you crack me up, okay? She said, I've never watched it, but I'm in the mood to talk some shit and get paid for it. Yeah, that's basically what it is, Bette. You don't even have to watch it. You get it. A dream, Midler posted on Twitter, because it'll never be X to me. It wasn't long before executive producer Andy Cohen saw the post and added, it's time. Okay, let me just screenshot that. So this was, wouldn't that be iconic to get like real stars? No offense, all offense to the ladies. Because there's a couple, but to get like a Bette Midler, are you kidding me? Bette Midler, come on over, baby. Like Christina Aguilera says, you are always welcome. You can for sure come over. Okay, so so Andy was like, yeah. So here's Andy Cohen. And he said it's time. He did a little diamond. And there's Bette Midler at Bette Midler. Is it too late for me to become a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills? I've never watched it, but I'm in the mood to talk some shit and get paid for it. The most recent seasons of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills included Kyle Richards, Erica Jane, Dorit Kemsley, Beverly Beach by Dorit, Garcelle Bouvet, Crystal Kung Minkoff, Sutton Strachey, and the now deleted, or what's the word, fired, Anne-Marie Wiley. Wiley recently announced she was leaving the show after one season, expressing disappointment on social media over not being asked back for a second season because she had so much more digging in Sutton's esophagus to get to, allegedly. Remember, she was like, I'm disappointed. I know that's an understatement. I never auditioned for the show. The show found me and asked me to be on it. Oh my God, who cares how you found it? Jeez Louise. Out of the blue, 6 weeks after the cast had already started filming. Well, it sounds like you were like a replacement that they didn't vet very well. So, I don't know. Maybe you should focus on that husband that's doing things allegedly, or has done things allegedly. I was thrown into filming 2 weeks later, mid-season. Wiley continued, I was very excited about the opportunity, and I thought following exactly what I was instructed to do throughout filming last season was the way the game was played. But This is why you're not a good housewife, because you're not telling us who instructed you. That's tea. That's interesting. Was it Kyle? Was it Andy? Was it the producers? Who are you throwing under the bus? You can't just willy-nilly throw it out there and, not give us name. We want Naimum. Naimum. That's why people are liking Sutton, because she's Naimum. 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 You're not Naiming them. Okay, that's boring. As Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 14 prepares to start production, Kathy Hilton has been reported to return for the new season after appearing at the season 13 reunion in support of her sister, Kyle Richards. Former housewife Denise Richards also recently expressed that she was open to returning to the franchise. Oh my goodness. And this now is from All About the Real Housewives, and they are saying Denise Richards open to returning. So once Denise put that out there, people are like, Denise is open. She's open. Of course she's open to returning. Of course she is. Oh my gosh. She wants to come back on and put on her jacket upside down and go, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Is your jacket upside down? Don't do that. Don't do. I have a cold. Listen, I'm open to seeing a season of Denise claiming to have a cold, but really being heavily intoxicated. Why not? Why not? I feel like we're taking so many risks on that show as it is. Sure. This is a cold. No, it's called drunk. You were talking to the driver, and the driver was trying to get on with her day. You did that drunk thing. I know it all too well as an alcoholic, not saying you are. Okay, whatever. But, when you're just in that certain state of drunk, it was like the good drunk, but annoying to everybody else, where you just talk to people. You're like, what do you do? What's going on? What's up with you? And they're like, nothing. I'm just dropping you off at this party at Kyle Richards in Encino. Yeah, go ahead. You go in the party. I like your, is that cotton shirt? Is that cotton poly blend? What's that shirt? It's just a shirt we have to wear as drivers. That's just, I have to go though. Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you so much for giving me, thank you so much. That was like the best ride I've ever had in a car. And it was like so comfortable. It was so nice. Okay, I'm going to leave now. I'm going to leave. And then she's like yelling from the window, and Denise is like, okay, bye. I just have a cold. I have a cold. So Denise, she wants to come back, allegedly. So over the weekend, 53-year-old revealed she's open to returning to the franchise full time for season 14. Okay. Because she wants that talking shit money, honey. But I would say Bette Midler over Denise. No offense, all offense. But I'll take Bette. Denise says, I always say never. Denise told people at the Los Angeles Mission's Easter celebration on Friday. We'll see what happens when they get around to going back for their season. At this point, call her. If Bette's busy, call her, okay? When asked, and she could fight Erika Jayne. Oh, but someone needs to train her because she's very bad at fighting Erika Jayne. She's not good at it, guys. Because Erika Jayne was looking way too cool for school when she was going at it with Denise Richards. Remember, Denise is like, she did. And Erika's like, honey, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay, honey. Who makes more money on OnlyFans? You or Sammy? Me. I'm in Vegas. Yeah, bitch. Don't come for me. Lent is over, ho. Like, she was not prepared. So Denise, you need to work with some kind of like drag coach. I'm sure you can find one. That would be, amazing. Jen Johnson, thank you so much for the first super sticker of the live. I don't know if I already called that out, but I appreciate you, as well as my new members, DC and Carol Ann, who we shouted out. But thank you, Jen, so very much. Okay, so Denise, according to allabouttherealhousewives.com, she's ready. She says, when asked if her recent on-air battles with Erika Jayne would deter her decision to return to the fold, Denise says, I have nothing against her at all. It's just silly fights on the show sometimes. Sutton Strack also recently said that she wants Denise back for season 14. I wish Denise would return, Sutton confessed. Naimum, Denise Richards, she did. I love her. I'm a huge Denise fan. Wild Things, sexy. I think she's wonderful. Denise is great, but I have no idea. I'm not in charge of that stuff. Denise starred in season 9 and 10 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills before leaving the show in 2020. She popped in several times throughout season 13 and left a lasting mark on fans amid her hot effing mess behavior. Yeah, it's a little messy. It's a little messy. Casting details for season 14 still remain a mystery at the moment, even though they're saying Kathy Hilton's probably coming back and Anne-Marie Wiley is out. Sources tell Radar Online that Kyle Richards, Erica Jane, Dorit Kemsley, Garcelle Bouvet, Sutton Streck, and Crystal Minkoff have not been informed about any possible cast shakeups, despite filming, presumably being picked back up next month. So May, right? It's May. May. It's gonna be May. That's when they'll start filming. Another insider close to production reveals that casting conversations are ongoing and final decisions have not been made. While no newbies have been confirmed yet, rumors are swirling that Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Eileen Davidson's name is being tossed around as possible casting choice. I love that. I do like Eileen. I know there are people who don't. I like it. I feel like we could get her challenging Erica Jane. Erica Jane needs to be challenged. Yep. We got to see it because she still don't get it. Filming for season 14 is set to commence, late April, not May, guys. Late April. So, and then it's expected to return in late 2024 or early 2025. I love Eileen. I love it. I love it. They also say Brandi Glanville's coming. No, she's not coming back. She's not coming back, guys. She's suing them. Okay, so Chivy says, I love Eileen. So you're happy. Anna says, I like Eileen. I hope she comes back. And yeah, graphics later this month. Erica would cower to Bette Midler and her power. And I think her tagline was something about beaches. She said something about these ladies aren't ready. Something that went to her movie Beaches. And then a play on words with bitches, I believe. And I'm so mad that Deadline doesn't have that in their article, as far as I can see. And I'm also so mad that I can't remember it. But apparently she did have a tagline already. So shout out to Bette Midler. Come back. Come back or just come to the show because you've never been on the show before. But we'll definitely we'll definitely look for you. Okay, because that would be amazing. All right, you guys, John Jansen won't shut up. He's still talking about Shannon. He's like, you owe me money for your facelift. It was a loan. Sir, when you are inserting your penis in a lady who gets a facelift and you pay for it, it's not a loan. It's an investment in your future. Okay? You can't have your money back. Nobody feels bad for you. But yet here we are. He's suing Shannon. Now he's out there saying, she's got major financial issues. Duh. Who cares? Also, none of your business. You're not having sex with her anymore. You're supposed to be with Alexis Bellino, and you're supposed to be very happy-o. No offense, all offense, sir, but you're lucky anyone's having sex with you. What does this guy do? How does he have all this money, and how is he getting all this vagina from Orange County? What's going on here? Because I'm not interested. Personality or face doesn't have it. Oh, Susie Q, thank you so much. You have the Bette Midler. Those beaches don't know what's about to hit them. Oh, God, that's so good, Bette Midler. You can't just say Bette. You have to say Bette Midler. Bette Midler. Right? John is starting to make Slade look good. I mean, I don't know if anyone can make Slade look good. But right, Miss T, such a clown. So now he's talking about Shannon's finances. What do you care? You paid for a facelift. You invested. And then you were like, bad investment. You made a bad investment. Oh, well. Move on with your life, little guy. Get on your boat. Put on your boat shoes. Get out of here. So Shannon Beador's ex-boyfriend, who is just a menace to society at this point, is coming out swinging against Real Housewives of Orange County star amid his $75,000 lawsuit. Bro, you don't have an extra $75K in Orange County? Pretty sad. I mean, I don't, but no one expects me to. All right. So John Jansen, who doesn't want anything to do with reality TV, doesn't want to be on the show, doesn't want to be talked about, keeps talking. John Jansen slammed Shannon Beador's financial history in a court filing amid the narrative that the Real Housewives of Orange County star was the breadwinner in their years-long relationship. Ooh, sounds a little bit like toxic masculinity. Ego's in the way. You can't handle it that a lady said she made more money than you. If you know the truth, then that's your truth. We know Shannon drinks a lot. She says some weird shit. Why do you got to put it? I digress. Okay. So he said in this court filing, he's like, oh no, I make the money. I wear the boat shoes and the khaki short pants. Although they no longer dated, the two remained friends for a period of time. As friends, Mr. Jansen would often help the defendant, who is Shannon Beador, in various capacities and vice versa. All right, keep it to yourself. What do you want, a cookie? What do you want, a prize? What's happening? The suit read per Radar Online. The TV show, Real Housewives of Orange County, portrayed Mr. Jansen as financially dependent on defendant, when in reality, Mr. Jansen had a successful business career, and it was defendant who turned to Mr. Jansen for financial support. I watched Orange County, and I never thought you were dependent on Shannon. You had your own house. She had her own house. Seemed like she wanted to move in and combine your families, and you didn't. But where are you getting this? Did you guys see it that way? Because I sure didn't. Camilla, thank you so much for the super chat. Camilla says, Phaedra should be Denise Richards' sensei. Oh, right. Teacher and talking shit to Erica Jane, just saying. Well, hit up Denise. Okay, I know you watch the show. Hey, girl. Hit up Phaedra. See if you can get some lessons. All right. After Phaedra just came off this season of The Traitors. Then maybe you can even be on the next season of The Traitors. You know, that can get you in your mojo. You know, but that's a good idea, Camilla. Very good idea. All right. So this guy's like, it made it look like this. It didn't look like anything because I barely paid attention to you on the show. No offense, all offense. But I just didn't pay attention to you. And I definitely am not going to be really excited or paying attention to a man who's trying to get his money back for paying for his girlfriend's facelift. What is this, 90 Day Fiance? This is some 90 Day Fiance shit. This is not Bravo housewife shit. Okay. We expect like a higher economic caliber. You know, I feel like we would see that with Colty and whatever her name was, his first lady. Or she was like, Colty was supposed to pay for my butt and he didn't. And he's like, I'm not paying for her butt. We're not together anymore, you know. But this isn't what you're supposed to see on The Housewives. It's TLC shit. Okay. So Shannon Beador and John Jansen dated for a few years before their relationship ended in 2022. John explained in this court filing, oh, write a book, sir. You sure love talking about this relationship. If I was Alexis Bellino, I'd be like, we're going to have to take a break until you're done talking about your ex. It's weird. It's getting really creepy. As All About the Real Housewives previously reported, John is suing Shannon after she reportedly borrowed $75,000 for a facelift and failed to repay the loan. I don't think she borrowed it. Honestly, I think Shannon was like, I'm going to get a facelift and you're going to pay. That's how my life worked. All right. And I still am going to live that life. Or maybe she was drunk. I promised lots of things when I was drunk. You know, she doesn't remember. Give her a break. But quit driving drunk, Shannon. Very bad. John alleges that the Real Housewives of Orange County star turned to him for financial support in early 2022, borrowing $40,000 via wire transfer on January 23rd, 2022. Just start new year, new face. Who dis? Whose money? John's money. So she wanted a facelift procedure and he wired her $40,000. Then on May 20th, 2023, he gave her another $35,000. Why couldn't you give it to her all at once, John? Who'd you borrow from to get this money? What in the Randall Emma is going on? You don't got it like that? Because now you want us to think you got it like that, but you don't got it like that. Now, maybe the surgeon was like a little now, a little later. But when you got it like that, you're like, no, just right now. I don't want to deal with it later. I'll just pay for it up front. So then in May, he gave her another $35,000 via personal check. Okay, Grandpa. In the court filing, the OC businessman claims that Shannon agreed to pay back both loans with interest. Nothing makes you not want to have sex like your boyfriend charging you interest. What is wrong? What are you, Capital One? Stop it. She is making what Chris Rock used to say, pussy payments, allegedly. You know what I mean? Okay, so calm down, John. Oh my goodness, he's charging interest on this shit? Ugh, yuck. Shannon, ew, and you drove drunk and did a hit and run to stalk this loser? Okay, no offense, all offense, but that seems like a waste of time. So he attempted to collect the payments in 2023 and 2024. The reality star failed to do so. She's delinquent in her facelift payments to her ex-boyfriend. As a result, John is seeking the full amount plus accrued interest, costs, and reasonable attorney fees. I think somebody's hurting for money. The longtime Real Housewives of Orange County star responded to her ex's lawsuit in a statement to People. Shannon said, I'm shocked and disappointed that John has filed a lawsuit. My attorney has been in constant communication with his counsel. I agreed to pay John what he wanted because I knew that attorney's fees would surpass the amount sought, but more importantly, to eliminate the negative emotional components that come with a lawsuit. It is important that I continue to focus on the positive aspects of my life and move forward, the statement read. John declined the offer because he refused to sign a mutual non-disparagement agreement because he wants to shit talk her. I was hoping that if I met his baseless demand, we would at least use this as an opportunity to bring complete closure to this chapter of my life, the statement concluded. According to John's attorneys, Shannon has tried to claim that the $75,000 loan was a gift, which they can prove was not the case at all. I would like to see them try to prove it, though. Miss Bedore's defense that Mr. Jansen paid the $75,000 as a gift is completely meritless, which their emails and text messages will show. Edson K. McClellan, Rutten and Tucker, LLP, told People last month. Mr. Jansen is saddened. Oh, are you saddened, John? That Miss Bedore's unwillingness to repay the loans made it necessary to file this lawsuit. Oh my God, he is so messy. He wants to be a Real Housewife. Hey, George Stack, nice to see you. Shannon and John split in late 2022 after 3.5 years of dating. The breakup came just days after Shannon wrapped filming for season 17 of The Real Housewives of Orange County, as John didn't want to dump her on camera. We've heard that before, Sandoval. That's how sweet of you. How sweet it is to be dumped by you. The two initially remained friends post-breakup. That never works, especially when you're like full-on 50-plus-year-old adults. Why? What's the point? You know, we're all going to die. Bye. See you later. Probably not even in heaven. However, that all changed when John began dating Real Housewives of Orange County alum Alexis Bellino, a.k.a. Jesus Jugs. In November 2023, this drama is sure to play out on season 18 of Orange County, which is currently filming. I'm actually excited for Orange County. So we're talking about loaned facelifts. We got two housewives fighting over a guy who doesn't deserve to be being fought over. This is going to be a very, very, very roastable season. Very roastable. Lucinda said, John, did you not see Below Deck? Your girlfriend was trying to get her boy toy to marry you next, sir. Oh, goodness. John, you might have some things you need to watch, things you need to tune into. Okay. All right, you guys. Let's talk some Diddy. Let's talk some Diddy updates. We need a quick nostalgia break before we get into this heavy mess. But we will get into this heavy mess.
Welcome to Goth Talk. I'm Cersei Nightshade.
And I'm Azrael Abyss, Prince of Sorrow.
Tonight, we're coming to you live from Suncoast High School. We're just down this hall. The pathetic day dwellers of the class of 1998 are celebrating the tawdry amusement known as the prom.
This is wrong.
What?
You. Doing my homework, it's wrong.
Well, I was just trying to help.
It's like I'm taking advantage of you or something.
You're not taking advantage of me.
The square of the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equal to the sums of the square of the other two sides, baby!
It would be different if we were like... But now, we just... You know... friend or whatever.
No time! There's never any time! I don't have time to study! I'll never get into Stanford! I'll let everyone down! I'm so confused!
I can't do this anymore. It's okay.
You're right.
It's okay.
Everything will be okay.
Yeah.
I just need one of these.
Pills? You mean you really are taking drugs?
No, in a way it was wrong, but
I just have a feeling that this is going to be really good.
I don't know.
So whoever's going to tutor you, their name is next to yours.
Brain Krakow? Are you... Brain?
Brian.
I need them.
Jesse, give me those.
I need them back. I have to sing.
Jesse, you can't sing tonight.
Yes, I can. I'm so excited. I'm so scared.
So, anyway, The Odyssey is like this real long book, right? And
I don't believe this. I don't... You like do this? This is like how you live?
Yeah.
Hey. Sometimes you just need to cleanse the palate with a little nostalgia break, Chivy. I'm so happy that some of you like that. But yeah, my so-called life back in the day and Brain. Yeah, Brian Krakow, a.k.a. Brain, and Jesse Spano getting hooked on caffeine pills. All right, let's get into Diddy. Warning, distressing content is headed our way. All right, Diddy has broken his silence. All right, his social media silence, that is. He hasn't been posting anything since the raids of his Los Angeles and Miami homes last Monday, but he posted on social media for the first time again since March 25th when he was, raided by the feds, NBD, Homeland Security in connection to a federal sex trafficking, we'll say, investigation. Did he describe the actions of agents as gross overuse of military level force and insisted he is innocent of any wrongdoing. That day, a man police have described as Diddy's drug mule, Brendan Paul, was arrested in Miami for allegedly carrying contraband inside of maybe his cargo pants. So this little guy, this little gamer, he just got done on a killer game of Roblox. And then he was like, oh shit, I got to get on Diddy's PJ private jet. And so he was arrested and I believe released on bail. And this is Brendan Paul. And it's alleged that this is Diddy's drug mule. And they found contraband inside of his travel bags, like cocaine, which allegedly Diddy likes a little cocaine and a little ecstasy. Everything I say is true, except for the parts that are false. Everything's alleged for entertainment purposes only. That's what the people are saying, okay? That Diddy might like a little mixture, and he would have, people carry this stuff around, and this little guy, he got a good gig. It gave him he could buy lots of Roblox gift cards with the money Diddy allegedly gave him, all right? So, over Easter, Diddy was spotted several times. We talked about this yesterday in Miami near his Star Island mansion. He was at a Topgolf with his daughters, I believe. He was at a restaurant. He waved to people. And then on Sunday, he took to Instagram, making no mention of the current firestorm, but sharing a series of photos of his toddler daughter. Happy Easter, baby love, he captioned it. And his daughter, here's a screenshot of one of the posts. It was multiple pictures of his adorable little daughter. And she has her own Instagram, baby love. And I don't know how I feel about these allegations coming out. And then he's posting this sweet little baby girl as don't hate me. Look at, I have cute kids. And you're like, oh my goodness. Chickenhead PK Neely. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says Diddy is dirty. It's dirty. It's dirty. Rachel, thank you for the super chat. Rachel says, I have to get ready for work. Thanks for the laughs. I'll catch the rest on replay. So much love from Australia. You're amazing, Jolene. Thank you, Rachel. I hope you have a wonderful day at work down under. Hopefully one day I'll be headed down there to perform and we can meet. So thank you so much, Rachel. But yeah, so this is, I feel very sorry. Diddy has 4 daughters, 2 twin daughters with Kim Porter, teenage twin daughters. He has another daughter, I believe her name is Chance, with another woman. And I don't know if Chance and this little baby girl share the same mother. I'm not sure. I can't. I can't keep up with all of it. But yeah, so Diddy broke his social media silence by posting several pictures of his cute little baby daughter from Easter weekend. And okay. And this comes amid a report from the New York Post that the probe, you guys, this investigation, this probe is set now to widen, to reopen an investigation into the infamous 1999 Club New York shooting. The raids come after Diddy has faced accusations of SA from multiple alleged victims. This, according to The Independent and other news sources. In a series of lawsuits in recent months, we know there's multiple Jane Does, there's another woman, and then Cassie, his ex-girlfriend, who her lawsuit is just, it's terrifying, the things that Cassie went through, and he settled with her basically the next day, within 48 hours. Very quickly, allegedly an 8-figure settlement. But yet his lawyers say, but he's not guilty. He's not guilty. Okay. So Diddy's posting on social media for the first time since the federal raids. Now the infamous 1999 shooting could be reinvestigated as part of a Diddy probe. He's spotted in Miami, but allegedly maybe can't go nowhere. There's still no indictments. There's still no arrests. And now we have, we have 50 Cent. He is in this because his ex, Daphne Joy, the mother of his child, was named in Lil Rodney Jones's lawsuit as one of the alleged sex workers of his. And now Daphne came back at 50 and said, listen, you essayed me in physical abuse. So it is very, very messy. What is going on here in the Diddy world. Okay. Now, this Forbes is telling us why the 1999 shooting where Diddy and Jennifer Lopez were arrested has new attention. And we're going to take a look at this Forbes article and see what they have to say as to why this investigation would be reopened, because this was something that was all over the news, obviously pre-social media, but very newsworthy because Jennifer Lopez and Diddy were dating at the time. They went to a club. There was a shooting. There was a whole trial. One of the newest artists working under Diddy, Shine, was basically offered up as the one who did it and went to jail. And Shine has since done interviews saying he felt like Diddy did more than he needed to. He did the most to try to implicate him and get himself completely cleared, even though at the time, I think Shine said Diddy was only facing a possible probation or something like that. And some, the lady who was shot in the face, she said, oh no, it was Diddy. Diddy did it. And she's been hitting up TikTok and saying, no, I'm not going to rest until Diddy pays for what he's done. Okay, so let's take a look at this Forbes article that says why the 1999 shooting where Diddy and Jennifer Lopez were arrested has new attention. Okay, with Sean Diddy Combs in the spotlight after FBI raids on his homes, past allegations, including his involvement in a 1999 New York club shooting, have sparked renewed interest in the music mogul, including allegations that Combs shot someone in the face during that incident with then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez nearby. So here's the key facts to take away from this. In 1999, Combs, Jennifer Lopez, his bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones, and then 21-year-old rapper Jamal Shine Barrow, a Combs protege. And we know Combs loves his proteges, whether he's naming Biggie as his protege or Mace as his protege. And look how well that ended up for both Biggie and Mace. Mace still alive, but he ran from rap music, and I think, didn't he become a preacher or something? And recently little interviews have surfaced where Mace was like, I was happy to get away from Diddy. I think there was bad blood between them. A la Taylor Swift for a very long time, but some sources say that they've made amends. Okay, whatever. But at this time in 1999, 21-year-old rapper Shine was Sean Diddy Combs' protege. And they were all involved in a disagreement at a club in New York, in Manhattan, that ended with gunfire and left 3 people injured. So Diddy, J-Lo, and Jones, his bodyguard, left the club and led police on a chase through New York City that ended with police finding a stolen GUN inside the car. A stolen GUN. We can't say the word because YouTube's weird about that. Natania Rubin, one of the 3 people shot during the altercation, maintains that Diddy was the one who shot her that night. Who shot you? Natania says it was Diddy. And has renewed her accusation in recent days via TikTok and other social media sites and in the press. Combs and Lopez were arrested, detained, and initially charged for their involvement in the shooting, but the charges were quickly dropped against J-Lo, okay? Combs, Jones, and Shine then faced charges related to GUN possession, and prosecutors alleged that Combs and Jones attempted to bribe the driver of the car that left the nightclub to tell police the GUN was his in exchange for $50,000. So they were like, hey, driver, yeah, can you pretend that this is yours? Yeah, it's like a super soaker, NBD, and we'll give you $50,000. So they were trying to do a bribe. After a weeks-long trial, Combs and Jones were acquitted, but a New York jury found Shine guilty of 5 charges, including criminal possession of a weapon, first-degree assault, and reckless endangerment, though Shine was acquitted of attempted murder. Shine was sentenced and served nearly 9 years for his charges, though no one was ever charged and found guilty of the shooting itself. Very interesting. Oh my goodness. So Rubin was interviewed on News Nation earlier this week. All right. This is getting juicier and juicier and juicier. Okay. So Rubin was interviewed on News Nation earlier this week and said she was willing to have a doctor remove part of the bullet still in her face. So the woman who was shot in the face during that club incident said that she'd be willing to have a doctor remove part of the bullet still in her face from the shooting if needed to reopen the case against Combs. Who better to tell you what happened than the person who got shot smack dab in between my eyes, Rubin said during the interview. Last month, Lil Rod, Rodney Jones Jr., filed a civil lawsuit against Combs and actor Cuba Gooding Jr. For sexual, essay, we'll say, and harassment. In the lawsuit, Jones claimed Combs had displayed his GUNs and bragged about getting away with pew-pewing people. That's what he said. This is what Lil Rod said that Diddy said, that he brags about it. According to USA Today, Jones alleged in the lawsuit that Combs shared he was responsible for the shooting in the nightclub in New York City with rapper Shine. So Lil Rod is saying, no, Diddy admitted this to me. He said he was responsible for that. Jones also alleged that Lopez, now J-Lo, somewhat fresh off her marriage with Mr. Always Looks Sad but Loves Duncan, Ben Affleck, he alleges that Lopez carried the firearm into the club for him and passed him the pow-pow after he got into an altercation with another individual. When the lawsuit was initially filed in February, Combs' attorney, Sean Hawley, released a statement calling Jones a liar who filed a $30 million lawsuit shamelessly looking for an undeserved payday, according to the New York Times. So Jones alleges that J-Lo carried the firearm in the club and then passed Diddy the firearm after he got into an altercation with another individual. If they look into this, J-Lo, she could be in trouble. All right. Oh my goodness. So while the trial against Combs and Shine was underway, Shine released his self-titled debut album, and it peaked at number 5 on the Billboard 200. While he was in prison in 2004, he released a second album. What, you can release albums from prison? Oh my goodness. Suge Knight's got a podcast. You can release albums. You might as well go to prison. oh, I got to release a comedy album. Maybe I got to get to prison. So he released his second album in 2004 called Godfather, Buried Alive. That reached number 3. After his release from prison in 2009, Shine was deported to Belize, his home country, where his dad, Dean Barrow, was prime minister. Damn, Shine's dad was prime minister of Belize? Oh my goodness. Shine followed his father into politics and in 2020 was elected to Belize's House of Representatives. What? I had no idea. I don't know if anyone else knew about this, but I did not know about this. Lopez and Combs dated from 99 after he was a producer on her hit debut album On the Six. Is that Don't Be Fooled by the Rocks That I Got? I'm still Jenny from the Block, when she was wearing crop tops and bandanas. Okay. The pair split in 2001 and Lopez has remained tight-lipped about the pair's relationship. Yeah, I haven't really heard her speak very much about their relationship. She later confirmed that Diddy was unfaithful. Oh, we know, girl. We know. In a July 2000 interview with British Elle, Lopez described the shooting as a complete nightmare and saying, I was scared to death in the car. I had absolutely no idea what was going on. Girl, but you're Jenny from the Block. No one did, she said. $130 million. That's how much Rubin sued Combs for in 2008 because of the shooting. In 2011, Combs settled a lawsuit with all 3 people, including Rubin, who were shot during the incident for an undisclosed amount, according to this article. All right. The call to reopen the case comes as Combs faces mounting legal trouble. Earlier this month, federal agents searched Combs' home in Los Angeles and Miami. We know. The rapper's attorney, Aaron Dyer, called the search a gross overuse of military-level force. They are really trying to push this narrative and get us off the scent with that. And said Combs was cooperating with authorities. Federal officials told Forbes the searches are the result of an ongoing investigation. It still remains unclear exactly why officials searched Diddy's homes. Before the searches, Diddy was named in a series of sexual misconduct lawsuits. He's denied all of the accusations against him. Combs was named in a lawsuit last November after a woman, Joy Dickerson-Neal, accused him of drugging her and essaying her at a recording event. In a separate lawsuit filed last year, singer Cassandra Ventura, aka Cassie, accused Combs of essaying her. In 2018, that suit was settled one day after it was filed for an undisclosed amount. And obviously, this article says that Cassie accused him of essaying her, but she accused him of so much more than just that. And the allegations are horrifying and shocking and all of the above. So it looks like due to them, the feds going into Diddy's home, looking for some tapes, looking for proof of S trafficking and all this, now they might open up the 1999 shooting case because, Diddy is being, people are talking about him with these, weapons, with drugs. So there's just like this larger ring of alleged illegal activity surrounding Diddy. And also, I've heard that, lots of the legal pundits have been speculating, we've talked about this here, that they went into the house to make sure none of these videos, because he had hidden cameras all over his home where he would film these different people at his freak offs and parties and then possibly allegedly hold this against them and blackmail them with this information and with these tapes. And some might include minors. So they want to get in there and get that before it's destroyed or distributed. Now, there has been some conspiracy theories that are saying that maybe the reason Diddy hasn't been indicted or arrested is because this is actually, they went into the homes to possibly obtain these tapes and things to protect a larger person within this. Like Diddy might be cooperating to bring down someone bigger, like a Clive Davis or a bigger name, I guess, because when you look at the chain of power and the allegations, it looks like these record label executives seem to, at their most problematic, they seem to run not on Duncan like Ben Affleck, but they seem to run very similar to the Hollywood movie industry, where you have the Harvey Weinsteins and you have this level of, assault, grooming, just some real dirty deeds happening. And there are a lot of people coming forward and doing interviews, including Diddy's, old bodyguards, other artists, talking about, just how evil the music industry is and just how evil some of these labels are, similar to some of the stuff we saw just in like the acting, movie, entertainment sphere with Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, all the Steens over there. And that the late rapper Tupac, that he was calling it too, saying like these dudes he would warn other artists, like these men allegedly are the devil, like demonic, to the point where sign with them, get your money, but be careful, be safe, and stay away. So there has been something allegedly that's been going on within the music industry for years and years and years, and the way it's run and how people are getting Grammys, because Diddy's out there allegedly saying, hey, do me, baby. Do me. Like, he's being like, you have to have sex with me if you want a Grammy. Allegedly, people are saying he had relations with Meek Mill. Meek Mill's like, no, we didn't. And then a bodyguard or security came forward and said, I have audio of you guys doing it. I didn't listen to the audio. We pulled it up the other day, the story. And then everyone in the chat, thank God, was like, don't listen to the audio. And I didn't. And I can't, because I don't want that to live in my brain, my headspace. I don't want to hear it. People have alleged Stevie J was offered Grammys for him to... And then there's been lots of speculation into old videos and old relationships that Diddy had in the business, who stayed near him and who stayed far away from him. And so you'll see videos of like, watch this, Diddy and Lil Wayne interact, and watch Lil Wayne like pull away, because this has been a not so secret within the music industry for a very long time about Diddy and these freak offs and him allegedly blackmailing people with tapes of their sexual exploits at his parties in his mansion and on his yachts, or also basically accosting, assaulting people, saying, you want to get further in the music business, you want to get a Grammy? Well, then you better get with this. Then you better get on this D. Like, very gross, very terrifying, just 666 stuff. Unfortunately, nothing that's new for the entertainment business, but now we see that the music industry, we've seen this in movies, television, production companies, things like that. But this is the biggest thing we've seen come out of the biggest allegations we've seen, and with Homeland Security, come out of the music industry. Camilla, thank you so much for the super chat. Camilla says, this is like Days of Our Lives and Empire all in one. It is freaking insane. It's sick. I feel so bad for all the people who either had their creative work stolen by Diddy, allegedly, were not compensated properly for their creative work from Diddy, allegedly, who were assaulted from Diddy or people that work with Diddy, were blackmailed, were filmed without their consent. I feel horrible for those people. And I also want to know, who are your friends? So when we talk about this is the last part of the Diddy update we're going to talk about today. And this one is crazy. Okay. So the New York Post, obviously very reputable, Shout out to the New York Post. Okay. All this is alleged. But the New York Post has an article today that says, secrets of Diddy's Billionaire Boys Club. Rapper wooed Wall Street elite who praised him as a genius before trafficking probe. Oh my God. So Sean Diddy Combs aggressively marketed himself to the ultra rich as he turned his edgy rap glamour into a $1 billion fortune, says the New York Post. Billionaires told the Post he would cold email with business proposals, while other Wall Streeters acclaimed him as a genius. And one CEO of the New York Stock Exchange called him an inspiration on par with the founding fathers. Oh my God. How I would have been around the world and I like what? Diddy? Suge Knight told us everything we need to do. All up in the video, doing this. If you don't want to do that, go to death row. You know? Diddy? Okay. I get maybe business aspect and allegedly ripping people off. All right. Because you know, Diddy has spoken a lot about supporting other like Black artists and giving them the power that a lot of white gatekeepers within the music industry have held from the actual artists. Yet now we're finding out that allegedly Diddy might have been saying he was going to do that, but he was ripping them off just like the white dudes were doing and the white ladies. So, oh my gosh. The founding fathers, you don't say. Okay, let me pull up this picture of, well, actually, no, we'll do a different picture. Okay, so Diddy's status as a Wall Street tycoon was on show in 2006 when he rang the New York Stock Exchange opening bell. But after federal investigators raided his Los Angeles and Miami homes as part of what law enforcement sources have told the Post is a trafficking investigation led by the Southern District of New York, his career as an entrepreneur and investor is in jeopardy, to say the least. Diddy has denied wrongdoing and called the probe a witch hunt. Again, sir, stop trying to appropriate the lady culture. It would be a warlord hunt. I don't think men can be witches, okay? But maybe I'm wrong. Diddy was first declared a billionaire by hip-hop wealth expert Zach O'Malley Greenberg in 2022, but had coveted the status for years, telling Forbes in 1999, I wanted to be very, very, very rich. Thank you, Pamela, so much for the super chat. So let's pull up a picture of this guy who I guess he just goes around saying, here's who will be a billionaire. Here's who is a hip hop billionaire. All right. Okay. Thank you, Pamela. Appreciate that. So this is the guy. This is the guy who tells you. This must be the guy that told Kylie Jenner she was a billionaire too. So Diddy's relationship with, or no, that's not him. Sorry. That's a different guy. So Zach O'Malley Greenberg, a different man in 2022. First declared Diddy a billionaire by hip hop wealth. He's a hip hop wealth expert. Okay, cool. Now, this guy is Ron Burkle. Diddy's relationship with billionaire Ron Burkle. Oh, good. Appears to look like Opie from my mom's favorite show, the Andy Griffith Show. No offense, all offense to Ron Howard. We love you. So Diddy's relationship with billionaire Ron Burkle appears to be his longest relationship. Oh. In 2015, Diddy again teamed up with Burkle and Mark Wahlberg, not Mark Wahlberg, to buy water company Aqua Hydrate. Along the way, he acquired a Rolodex littered with bold-faced names. He partnered with billionaire investor, like we just mentioned, who is pictured in this picture with him, Ron Burkle. That name is it's Ron Burkle. You guys see Ron Burkle? Ron Burkle. He tucks his pants into his socks. It's Ron Burkle. Ron Burkle was mentored by hedge fund guru Ray Dalio. Had his fashion line sold in Macy's and Dillard's, went into business with alcohol giant Diageo, I don't know what that is. Opened the New York Stock Exchange with Estee Lauder heir William Lauder. Struck deals with Zach Posen and Liz Claiborne. 50% owned his own TV channel, Revolt. Launched a water range with Mark Wahlberg and teamed up with Salesforce's Mark Benioff to launch a black business marketplace. In 2003, he sent then owner of the Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban, an email asking to design the uniforms for the NBA team. Cuban told the Post they had never met, so the cold email was a bold move. For Diddy, it was a slam dunk to associate his new clothing brand, Sean John, with a sports team. While Diddy took credit for the design, it was actually Diddy's top designer who created it, and Diddy signed off on it, Cuban said. Oh, Diddy. This seems to be an ongoing trend of Diddy taking credit for things that maybe just weren't his, that he wasn't the one to create these things. That's what a lot of the people are saying. So Diddy's like, no, I did it. No, you signed off on it. It's kind of like when the housewives have a store and it's like Kyle by, and then the real designer. It's just your name. So Diddy asked to design the Dallas Mavericks uniforms in 2003, securing his Sean John clothing logo, a place on an NBA team, and with it, both respectability and TV exposure. Okay. Mm-hmm. We were an up-and-coming team at the time when sports teams didn't do anything with entertainment industry people, Cuban said. We never met. We never did any follow-up or anything beyond that, Cuban said. For Diddy, who had gone to Howard University to study business, a single deal with an NBA team gave him credibility that he leveraged for even more deal making. So Diddy was like, I am not against a cold call. He was cold calling like the Wolf of Wall Street, selling those little penny things or penny stocks. That's what it sounds like. And Diddy was like, I have no shame and I don't regret it. And he did the damn thing. I mean, he may not have designed it, but he got Sean John on these jerseys. Okay. But it was a two-way street. Diddy also used his own, so he leveraged the promise of entry into a world of celebrity to attract investment for his projects. The same year as his Mavericks deal, Diddy got Burkle, a serial investor worth an estimated $2.9 billion, according to Forbes, to inject $100 million into his fashion range, Sean John. Is that even still a fashion? I remember people wearing Sean John, but I don't know if people still wear Sean John. I'm not sure where Sean John stands. It was to become Diddy's longest standing Wall Street relationship. After it was done, they partied with Michael Jackson, while Sean John became a fixture in Macy's and Dillard's stores. So Michael Jackson on the left here in this picture, obviously, Diddy in the middle, and Burkle on the right attended an MTV party in 2003. Burkle purchased Jackson's Neverland Ranch for $22 million in 2020. Damn, Burkle. Why did he want Neverland Ranch? What's he going to do there? Has Diddy been there? Look into that next. Homeland Security, if you're listening. That's a little weird, Burkle. It's a little strange. What's going on there? So the next year, the rapper teamed up with Estee Lauder, a brand my mom loves, very nice makeup brand, to create multiple fragrances, including one that was named Unforgivable. Oh, that's awkward. Okay. The move gave him instant social status. It let him rub shoulders lucratively with New York social dynasty, and in turn, gave their decades-old, oh my goodness, not decades-old brand a fresh contemporary glamour associated not just with rap music, but with his celebrity-packed white parties in the Hamptons. I remember that in the days of where, social media really, it wasn't at the forefront yet, and you would buy, the gossip magazines and things and the Us Weeklies, and they would always talk about Diddy's white parties where everyone had to wear white to these parties. And just, it just seemed like the place to be. So he leveraged his celebrity and introducing these, businesses to the celebrity of others and its power. Very, very interesting here. Okay. So, let's see. The company was thrilled, with the partnership, and Chief Operating Officer William Lauder from Estee Lauder said Diddy was a man who has built a phenomenal reputation as a tastemaker in music, in fashion, and in business. And here is a picture of Diddy with the Lauder family from Estee Lauder. So this is a picture of him with the Lauder family for their deal with him. And from left, you have longtime company executive John Dempsey. You have chairman Leonard Lauder. You have heir Aaron. Oh, the heir Aaron. Board member Jane and executive chairman William Lauder. Just a big nepotism succession sandwich with Diddy in the middle. All right. The Lauder and Macy's deals were celebrated with Diddy ringing the New York Stock Exchange's opening bell in 2023, a sign of his power and influence. Diddy also filmed a perfume commercial for Estee Lauder in Saint-Tropez. So he filmed this commercial, and here is a shot of Diddy on location filming the Estee Lauder commercial in Saint-Tropez. So here he is. There we go. There is Diddy. Oh, Lord. Analysts said Diddy was one of the first celebrities to essentially license his name to brands. And companies were able to draw on that to reach a more diverse group of customers. In 2007, he was approached by the alcohol giant to become a brand spokesperson for its Ciroc vodka. And we know Diddy is still out there with his sons, his friends, selling the Ciroc, putting his name on that as a brand spokesperson. I just in looking at Diddy's former Instagram lives as I've been investigating, I see them still pushing the Ciroc. So that obviously has been lucrative for Diddy. All right. In 2007, okay, but he countered by proposing he become the brand manager. So when he was approached in 2007 by the alcohol company to become the brand spokesperson for Ciroc, he countered by proposing he become brand manager and chief marketing officer in return for a 50% profit share, and even had the business cards made up for his new role before the deal was done. I mean, this is a man who he liked to be in control of things, and he really was like, I can do it. He thought very highly of himself. He brazenly printed business cards for his new title before the deal was done. Oh my goodness, Diddy. And once the deal was done, he was Mr. Ciroc. You know, everywhere he went, he was just, you know, if there was a party, there was Diddy just shoving it down his throat, making that money, the Ciroc vodka. The rapper was sure to make Ciroc part of his lifestyle, a win-win for Diageo, which is the alcohol company, and Diddy over the years. He no longer has any part of the business. Well, they still are just drinking it in the Instagram live I saw last year. So I don't know. The vodka brand agreed. He missed no opportunity to promote it. So they agreed to his terms that he would wouldn't just be the brand spokesperson, but he would be the brand manager and chief marketing officer in return for 50% of profit share. So it worked. The vodka brand agreed. He missed no opportunity to promote it, with the deal paying him nearly $1 billion over the next 15 years and turning Ciroc into a hugely successful brand. The savvy negotiations led many in Hollywood to respect Diddy. He was a master entrepreneur, one business or music business insider who said the rapper was widely respected in Hollywood as a businessman, told the Post. He was a super intelligent, hardworking guy and a genius at brands. He turned Ciroc into $1 billion business. When he rang the New York bell as a representative for Ciroc, the then president of the New York Stock Exchange, when he rang the bell, the then president of the New York Stock Exchange, Tom Farley, said Diddy was an inspiration to him. And similar to the founding fathers, they were both hustlers. Oh my gosh. The comments were written up by Diddy's own news website, Revolt, which often reported favorably of the co-founder. Now that is a problem with our news. That we have news organizations, and Diddy's not the only one, owned by people who then take it upon themselves to report favorably, which you would think would be a conflict of interest, on themselves because they own it, but they're presenting it as factual news. Oh, America. Ciroc was once again the name behind Diddy as he and French Montana rang the New York Stock closing bell on August 30th, 2016. After standing beside Diddy to ring the closing bell, then president of the New York Stock Exchange, Tom Farley, again said Diddy was an inspiration and on par with the founding fathers. But the Ciroc relationship ended in rancor. What's that word? I do not know. It ended in 2023 with Diddy accusing the multinational of racism. The case was settled in January with Diageo, now sole owner of Ciroc, and De Leon Tequila. In 2015, Diddy again teamed up with Burkle and also with boy band heartthrob turned movie star Mark Wahlberg to buy now defunct water company Aqua Hydrate. Once again, Diddy promoted it energetically, appearing on both coasts with Wahlberg. Oh my, I don't even remember them having this Aqua Hydrate brand. Put in the chat if you guys remember, but I definitely do not remember Diddy having a water company or brand with rapper turned actor Mark Wahlberg, younger brother to Donnie Wahlberg from the New Kids on the Block. New Kids on the Block had a bunch of hits, but here's them with the Aqua Hydrate that clearly couldn't beat Smart Water or Essentia or Aquafina or Dasani or any of the other household water names, because I do not remember this one at all. Okay. So, at least on paper, Burkle had the longest relationship with Diddy of any of his business partners. He has not commented on the allegations against Diddy. Interesting. Earlier this year, Burkle, a one-time close friend of former President Bill Clinton, that explains a lot, was linked to another alleged trafficker. Jeez, he has bad taste in friends. When he was listed in an unsealed court filing naming people associated with the notorious Brian Epstein. There is no suggestion Burkle engaged in wrongdoing. Okay. Burkle and Diddy were in a three-way deal with Mark Wahlberg after buying Aqua Hydrate and pushing it energetically. Diddy also forged a relationship with Ray Dalio, who, as well as founding Bridgewater, the world's largest hedge fund. Those guys are always a good time, really good. If you want to meet a good guy, you're not going to find him in a hedge fund, allegedly. Has a personal net worth of $15.4 billion. So he is part of that little 1% that Bernie Sanders likes to talk about, according to Forbes, and has become a sought-after guru for his principle of radical transparency. Okay. In 2017, at a Forbes gathering for the 100 greatest living business minds, a little self-congratulatory, a little too much, Diddy approached Dalio and started peppering him with business questions. Diddy was a frequent attendee at business events. His celebrity rider included his own drink brands and a young Thai coconut. What? So on his rider, when he would go places and be featured places and perform or just show up, they would have to provide him with his own drink brands and a young, this is in quote, a young Thai coconut. Okay. Dalio tweeted in 2019 that Diddy asked me to mentor him and posted a slickly produced video of a recent mentor session of ours. What? So let's show you this Ray gentleman, this hedge fund guy, and Diddy, who Diddy allegedly asked to mentor him. So we smash that like if you haven't already, you guys, as this Picture comes up. So this is Ray. And Ray says Diddy asked him to mentor him. And he said this in a tweet and posted a slickly produced video of a recent mentor session of ours. So he was like, here's a mentor session we did. He's a real hero, Dalio said, and he wants to be a role model and help others. The greatest joy I'm having now is helping other people be successful, particularly helping people who can help a lot of people. Sean Combs, also known as @Diddy, is one such person, Dalio, or Dalio, however you pronounce that, posted, boosting Diddy to 1.3 million followers looking for financial wisdom. In 2021, Diddy teamed up with tech mogul Mark Benioff, CEO of Salesforce, whom Forbes estimates to be worth $10.5 billion, to launch Shop Circulate, a marketplace for Black-owned businesses. That same year, he launched a similar online marketplace, Empower Global. So here is a picture of this Mark Benioff, and this is Diddy's most recent billionaire friend and billionaire deal. He was very much rubbing shoulders and elbows on maybe penises. No offense, all offense, with these billionaires. So here is a picture of, looks a little like Artie Lang before the nose thing, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, you guys. So this is Mark Benioff from Salesforce, and he is apparently worth $10.5 billion, just a little down from the last guy we showed you, Ray, who is worth $15.4 billion. Interesting. All right. So building Black wealth starts with investing in Black-owned businesses and giving entrepreneurs access to the consumers needed to build sustainable companies that can thrive, Diddy said. He told Billboard magazine last year that he wants to collaborate with Byron Allen, the TV mogul, and billionaire Hollywood director Tyler Perry to create a Black-owned media conglomerate, although neither struck any deals with him. Wonder why. After Diddy was accused by his ex, Cassie, of SA, trafficking, and DV last November, and he settled the suit without admitting her claims, brands began distancing themselves. Macy's, which still carried his fashion line, well, that answers my question, Sean John, said it would stop selling his products, and 18 companies selling products on Empower are reported to have left the platform in recent months. So this was a very interesting article by the New York Post, just showing us how much power and money was at Diddy's fingertips, you know, and what we've learned through life and through this entertainment industry is having that much power and connections can definitely be very dangerous if you have a nefarious tendencies or nefarious ways about you. And then you can use that wealth and power and those connections to hide your alleged crimes for many, many years and make it so that people feel fear in coming forward and calling you out like you would any regular old person. So sorry, I wasn't able to look through the chat during that time because that was very interesting. Yes, Otter, it makes victims very scared to speak up because when you're backed by that many billionaires and God knows what they got going on in their yachts, mansions, and closets, but how many of these people allegedly may or may not have been at these parties, may have been a part of these freak-offs, maybe none, maybe some. But that also lends the question, could some of those people be the ones that are the real targets of this investigation? Or if you're looking at from the conspiracy side, could those be the people that might be being protected? Like, let's get that shit out of there because we're going to find out about these people. So it just, again, it leads us just down speculation road because at this point, the only facts we know are that there are a lot of allegations against him, that he settled Cassie's lawsuit. He has other lawsuits pending right now, including Little Rodney Jones lawsuit, which is very salacious, very horrifying. And, you know, that his homes were raided and they were looking for things. But there's just a lot of accusations going around. But so far, no indictments, no arrests. So let's see what you guys are saying in the chat as we wrap it up for today's No Offense, All Offense. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it. Thank you to my super chatters. You guys are awesome. Thank you to everyone for participating or just watching, smashing the like. Appreciate you guys. HC says, once people find out that our greatest currency are our people, not worthless paper, only then will they stop being preyed upon. Yeah. Because if you think about it, it is kind of, you know, worthless paper in that we can owe a bunch of it and just print more. So really, does it matter? It matters in our lives and things, and we're kind of held hostage to our credit scores and banks and loans and things. But it is, when it comes down to the very basics of it, it is just paper that these rich people seem to be okay with just printing more of when they need it. Allegedly. Yes. Or like Xtina Marie saying, who'd he piss off? Who did he piss off? Lucy says, let's get Cher on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Teddy, you having a bad dream? Teddy. Oh, I think he was like either running or having a bad dream. My dogs are napping on the rug down here. You can see little Buffy's little white butt that blends in with there she is, the rug. But Teddy was like, I think he was running. No need to run, baby boy. Yeah, just another manic Monday. You are so welcome. Robert says, ancient alien experts say, yes, Diddy is a sleaze. Well, if the ancient alien said it, Robert. Roy says, eventually he will start snitching on everyone. I look forward to that. I do look forward to that. Pamela says, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Oh my goodness. HC says, I just remembered that a woman alleged that Harvey Weinstein had a putrid odor and his man parts were deformed. Bad memory. Oh, well, thank you for sharing that, HC. Now I'm going to have that bad memory, as is everybody else. So I apologize too. J-Lo. We'll see. We'll see what comes of this as they look into this 1999 case again. Witness says, well, if you piss off everybody that comes around too, thankfully, hopefully, Diddy there. So, Ugh, and I will tell the puppies you said hello. So again, shout out to my super chatters today and new members, Carolyn Ann, DC, Jen Johnson, Camilla, Chickenhead PK Neely, Rachel, Pamela. Appreciate you all so very much. Appreciate everyone in the chat and all of you who joined today. I'll be back soon with tomorrow with another No Offense, All Offense, and maybe later I want to go over some of the latest Rachel Raquel podcast. You know, Rachel Raquel, Vanderpump Rules, Scandival. She's still talking. There are still things we need to talk about. There's also some Diddy things. You know, we're going to keep updating this. There's some, you know, investigative reporting. I use that term loosely that I've been doing into this. So make sure you have your notifications on every time I go live or drop a new pre-recorded video. Please leave your comments after the video post because I don't get to everyone's comments in the chat. So it is nice to hear from you after the fact. And follow me on social media at Jolene Lunzer everywhere, and also on Instagram at Jolene Lunzer and at No Offense, All Offense, you guys. And hopefully this week, maybe next week, I'll hit 6,000 followers on my at Jolene Lunzer. That would be amazing. I think we're very close. We're like less than 50 away. So shout out to you guys. And like I always say, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.
If you like what you